Hey guys, good afternoon. It's Daryl here. It's Monday. It is 1 p.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. And I just want to talk things out a little bit today. My family's been visiting me here after surgery, and I've been talking to them. And there's something that bothers me about my family are good people, without a doubt, good people. And I see them supporting Donald Trump, and I think this is one of the reasons maybe that I have this channel is to resolve some of the questions and the issues or really fears I have. Um, More and more, I see this man that's the president of our country as just an evil, a true evilness. A negativity of the country that's just culminated in this president. I want to talk about a couple things. During the rally, he brought up, he called the COVID-19 virus the Kung flu. And that bothered me. We're talking about a disease. My dad died of brain cancer. If somebody, if the president at the time had gone on TV, I was 9 when my father died, and made fun of brain cancer, calling it whatever, I would have been I would have been hurt. I would have been furious. I can't imagine the kids, the relatives of the people that have passed away, watching the leader of their country, say this, the Kung flu. Think about the AIDS virus and the millions of people that have died from that. Picture in 1984, the virus came out in about 1980? Say by 84, 83, 84. If Reagan had come on TV and made up some harsh, ridiculous, insensitive name, calling it some kind of hurtful name for gay people or something like that. I'm sure some people did, but we're talking about the president of the United States here. No, Reagan would have never have done that. What we have here is just it and then it goes on beyond that. How these people, it reminds me of him. I'll bring it up again, of mocking that handicapped reporter, and how people, religious people, can say that he's a great man of God. And there's people that I know are consider themselves born again and very religious, and they support him with all their heart. And how can they, in the same breath, call him, a great Christian leader or whatever? And you have somebody here that's mocking people born with birth defects. That the Kung flu thing, that this virus has killed, I believe we're at 123,000 Americans, just Americans. It's killed over 1 million people worldwide. 123,000 of your fellow Americans. And you can just, in an offhandedly joking way, call it the Kung flu. And I hear Trump supporters out there going, well, he was joking, he was just making light, he's a regular guy. And I start to ask myself, how did these Trump supporters get where they are? I'm sure at one time they were normal, sensitive people, most of them, I imagine. And how did they go down this path of negativity? Because as we know now, anything that Trump does or says, they will support. How did they get to this negative place where they support a man that will say or do the most insensitive, cruel, just anything, and they'll support him? How did they get to that point of negativity? And this brings me to one other thing that I've heard Trump's supporters say 2 or 3 times over this last weekend. I brought up the fact, I'm talking to family members, and I bring up the fact that Donald Trump lies, not just a little bit, but all the time about everything. About big things, little things, he exaggerates, he lies on a daily basis. And this isn't even stuff, we can't even argue this. Trump supporters know this. He's been caught over and over in these lies, these exaggerations. And every time I brought this up, the people, my family, my friends, they'll say, well, all politicians lie. What does that mean, though? That's okay. It's okay. What does that even mean? Well, they all lie. So why do you support him? A man that lies even more than the average politician. Well, at least he's being honest. He talks like the regular guy. No, he's not being honest. We just agreed that he is a liar. You can't trust anything he says. So no, he's not being an average guy. And again, I ask myself, these are family members, friends, people around town, people I've known since I was a kid, people that babysat me. And I know they were good people. And how did they get to this point where they will absolutely support the most just flat out lying, support this man doing and saying the most ridiculous, the most hateful things? And how did they get to this point of negativity? How did they become these people? This is an average video. You can tell that I usually do, but after I talk to people around me, I see that the people that are the Trump supporters that are in it now are in for a penny, in for a pound, as they say. There's nothing I could do or say ever to bring into the light to show them what I see. They are going to support this man regardless of whatever he says or does to the very end. I truly believe that, and it scares me. It makes me wonder how did good people I know were good people, how did they get to the point where they would support something like this? The only thing I can figure out is that it's pure fear. It's pure fear. They're scared. They're scared, and as we know, hate and fear are very closely related, I think. It really seems like they've lost any common sense. And over the weekend, too, I heard them just parroting, word for word, stuff I had seen. Occasionally I'll put on Fox News when I see a particularly ridiculous story. And then a day later, I hear my relatives parrot it. Or not just, I don't want to just say my relatives, but friends, people around town. I'll see it on Facebook. Just parroting this word for word, and it's not true. These things that I'm saying, and then I'll bring up the fact, well, watch another news station. The stuff you're hearing, it isn't true. But then they'll say, well, they all lie again. All stations lie. They all twist it this way or that way. And that is true to some extent. But a lie is a lie. Wrong is wrong. Evil's evil. It really bothered me. Those two things really bothered me this weekend. The Kung flu. And I guess that's why we're called snowflakes. Because stuff like that just doesn't sit well with us. It doesn't. Like I said, you're talking about a disease that's just in the last 6 months, just freshly killed 120,000 people, and is still killing out there. And I want to bring up the fact how he made a joke of this, the Kung flu. I don't know if you guys saw D.L. Hughley, the comedian. He collapsed on stage this weekend They found out he has the coronavirus. And it's one of the scariest, saddest things I ever saw. I mean, I've seen people pass out before, but it really, it's stunning, just to see him collapse like that and be pulled off the stage, dragged off the stage. And this is because of this virus, this thing that the president of our country is jokingly calling the kung flu. And you watch that video of D.L. Hughley being pulled off the stage, semi-conscious. And it's no joking matter. People are dying every day. People in nursing homes. 75% of the cases here in Connecticut were in nursing homes. We're talking older people. And yes, they've lived a good portion of their lives, but can you imagine dying alone by yourself? With the feeling like you have concrete blocks on your chest, all alone in a hospital room. And this is what the president of our country is joking around with, saying that we should just cut back the testing on it and just kind of pretend it's not happening. The kung flu. This is our president. You know, and I look around at the people that I used to admire and respect supporting this man, and I just don't know how they got to this point. It's not the same people I used to know. I don't know how else to say it. All right, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. You guys have a good Monday.